What's up, everybody? It's your boy Duty back again with another video, and today we're taking a look at our boy DSP's daily rap video from yesterday after the money buff. That's right, the money buff kicked in for both Spider-Man and Super Mario Brothers. That's right, and nothing makes Phil more moist than when the money buff kicks in. That's right, folks. He did pretty well yesterday on his both playthroughs. It seems like the whales and the dents came out to support after they heard the rally call from Phil. You know how it goes. Poor support, Phil has a breakdown, and the dents come in and throw money his way. The interesting thing was, of course, many of these dents are newcomers, which of course always makes you speculate which of these is one of OIC's socks. So let's get into the video.
Good evening, everyone. Phil here. Welcome to the Daily Wrap. Today was Saturday, the 21st of October, 2023. Today was a pretty darn good streaming day, if I do say so. Great gaming, great progress, great fun, and both games that I played today, both new releases, actually improved upon their premiere streams, in my opinion. You know, yesterday I played Spider-Man 2 on my first stream, and about 2 to 2.5 hours of that stream was literally introduction and cinematic story, while the last half hour was pretty much a little bit of open world exploration and kind of getting into the meat of what the game was, and then we ran out of time. Yesterday, when we played Super Mario Bros. Wonder for 2 hours on the late stream, we got a first glimpse of what the game would be, but the first world was pretty simple, I would say. Not much challenge, and, you know, it introduced some new elements, for example, the new elephant power-up, but that's pretty much where it kind of left off. After 2 hours, we had beaten the first world, and I was pleased, but I was like, you know, I like it. I don't know if I love it, but it's pretty good so far. Today, I'm very happy to report both games significantly improved upon themselves as I got further into them past the intro segments, essentially. Okay, first of all, on today's Level 1 podcast, I talked about my initial impressions about each game, and there was some news stories to cover. Yes, for the first time in ages, there was actually some news to cover, which was nice. So I enjoyed doing that, and then we went right into more Super Mario Bros. Wonder. So today, I was starting off in the hub area. It's called the Petal Isles. It's like these islands in between all the major worlds, kind of like the hub where all the major worlds connect in a game. But someone had told me last night you had missed out on a secret exit to a stage. I was like, oh, I should go back and try to find that. So we went back and we found it, and lo and behold, not only was it a secret exit, it led into a whole series of hidden content, like 3 hidden stages that I had missed before. And after completing them, it actually warped me to Special World, which in my opinion is very similar to, say, like Star World in Super Mario World on the SNES. And it was really cool, really challenging stage in that world to complete. And then we went back and basically headed into the second world, and immediately the game started throwing new elements at me, like ice blocks and sliding platforms, a new power-up called the Bubble Flower, as opposed to the Fire Flower. Now you're shooting bubbles at enemies, which has different properties. The game had so many new elements introduced today, tons of new enemies, tons of new platforming elements. The game really opened up today, and by the end of today's stream, we got almost to the end of World 2. Okay, we're right there. We're at a couple more stages and we're going to beat it. And I was like, wow, now let's take a look. That's 5 hours of Super Mario Bros. Wonder. In 5 hours, I've been blown away by fun new gameplay elements, really good graphics, everything great. Literally haven't really been bored at all. Maybe the first stage or two when it was very basic. But since then, ever since today's stream, the entire 3 hours was super duper fun, productive. I was singing, I was enjoying everything I was doing. Very fun game with all these new elements and things. And I'm thinking to myself, so directly compare that with this competition. By the time I was at hour 5 of Sonic Superstars, we were literally on the final world. And the entire last 40 minutes of that playthrough was an insanely tedious, annoying boss fight. So, 5 hours into Mario, and I am blown away. Tons of new elements. We're only just getting to the end of World 2. 5 hours into Sonic Superstars, we're at the end of the game, and the game is essentially a huge letdown. Yeah, it's like not even a comparison. This game is incredibly good, and just makes Sonic Superstars look like trash, okay? I had a ton of fun with this game today. I hope you'll check out the playthrough if you haven't yet. These parts are very interesting. Every part introduces something new and fun. Okay, then
That's right, folks. It's interesting and fun. And to be honest, I'm not sure how different it was from yesterday's playthrough or the day before yesterday's playthrough. It was exactly the same thing. The only difference, of course, was that the money buff kicked in yesterday, and Phil managed to make $93 versus, I think initially he made, what, he made 19 bucks? Yeah, he made $19 on the premiere stream of Super Mario Brothers. And of course, if you watch any of his videos or my videos, Phil wasn't sure what was going on with Mario Brothers. I mean, he was concerned. He didn't know how to feel about the game, as Phil loves to say. And of course, this just yet again proves my statement that Phil judges games solely on the basis of how much income he can receive from those games. He's still trashing Sonic because he only managed to make $150 from 2 playthroughs because the game, in his eyes, was short. That's right. If it would have been longer and he would have managed to get another $150 or $200 from that playthrough, the game would have been amazing. And again, that's just how Phil describes his games, and that's how he ranks his games. It's solely based on how much money they can bring in. Now, the interesting thing, of course, is the same thing happened with Spider-Man, but of course, even more significant. And I'll give him credit on this one. The Spider-Man one, he did say he was having fun, but of course, it was still the intro. But of course, yesterday he went out and it was a little bit more open world. He went exploring around, and of course, the whales heard the call and decided to throw cash his way, which made the playthrough 1,000 times better. If the support continues like this, he may name Spider-Man the game of the year.
On tonight's late stream, it was a continuation of Marvel Spider-Man 2, and unlike yesterday's stream, it was a lot of open world exploration. We unlocked many different side content storylines, which is excellent. Each character, Miles and Peter, have their own unique side storylines that they follow, and if you do those, they actually unlock new things for those characters, but also give you more additional plot. Like, for example, tonight, and I won't spoil, there was a plot line with Peter that actually followed up on events from the original Marvel Spider-Man game, basically continuing on one of his plot lines that was kind of unresolved. I was like, oh, this is neat. Now it has nothing to do with Miles, so it's his own plot line. If you played the first game, it's really neat to get that follow-up. Same thing with Miles. Miles had a follow-up mission from his DLC expansion. It was a character from there, and I was like, wow, this is neat that they have their own stuff. Also, both Spider-Men are starting to feel a lot more unique. You know, Miles is going more towards his electrical powers, while Peter is leveling up his metal arms of his spider suit. We unlocked a few more suits tonight. Lots of random occurrence, lots of crimes solved, lots of photos taken, other things in the open world now unlocked as things you can do in various areas. The only thing right now that I really give as a criticism, and by the way, a lot of people have been complaining about bugs and stuff. I've really not run into any bugs. I think there was one where there was a floating Molotov cocktail that's stuck in the air, but outside of that, like nothing significant 5 hours in, so maybe I'm just lucky. But if anything, the one criticism that I have of the game so far, we're 5 hours in and there is 0 fast travel yet. You need to do a significant amount of side content grinding in each area of the map to unlock the ability to fast travel to it. Some parts of the map were like this close, but haven't hit it just yet. So there is some traversal that needs to basically be done to get around the city, and that adds a little bit of time killing. However, being that right now we're in the process of discovering so much in New York City, and everywhere we go there's new missions and new things to do, it's not boring. I can definitely see if we don't get fast travel unlocked, say 10 hours in, you're going to start to feel tedious swinging around the city and the same things. You know what I mean? Like, you're just going to want to be able to teleport close to where you want to go, not have to constantly be using the traversal. Not to say the traversal's boring. It's fast, especially with the wingsuit. Now you can go across the water and everything like you're freaking Superman. But, yeah, I want to fast travel, and we haven't gotten there yet. All right, but tonight, seriously, plot got even better. We did a major story mission, side quest for each character, unlocked a bunch of new upgrades and things. Graphics are remaining outstanding. We were at top of Avengers Tower, and we looked down onto the virtual New York City, and we were like, oh my god, it looks so cool and so well rendered, and the lighting's great. We're like, wow, PS5 is really doing a great job with this game. You can tell they put a ton of effort into refining this on PS5. So, again, amazing stream. The game got much better tonight. Today was a much better gameplay day on both games than actual premiere day. So what I'll say is this. First of all, if you watch these games on premiere day, thank you. But if you watch them and you're like, man, they're good, but I'm not really blown away yet, I would strongly recommend, at the very least, watch today's gameplay. This was, I feel, much better representation of what these games are going to be in the long run, and man, they improved, okay? So, give it a look. And for those who were live on the streams, thank you so much. Everyone was engaged. Incredibly supportive day. Support was really good today. So again, I have to really ask the question, because I don't think there's really a definitive answer. What happened yesterday? Yesterday was premiere day, the big day when I started playing both games, and support was actually slower than a normal Friday. Some of the feedback I got today was, well, you see, you really got people used to Friday night fights on Fridays. So because people are so used to Street Fighter and you didn't do Street Fighter, people didn't show up in support. And I'm like, you know, okay, I get that. The Street Fighter crowd didn't show up, but I don't think that's the case. I just think it was just a one-off night, because today was completely the opposite. Today people showed up in droves and they all wanted to support, and I really appreciated that. You know, it wasn't like I was worried yesterday. I told you, it was an oddity that I played 2 new games and the support was so low on the streams, both of them. Today made up for it, more than made up for it. I was like, well, so again, was it just a one-off day? Yeah, it was probably just a single situation. Don't ask me what caused it. I have no idea. Today I'm playing this exact same games, and everything's back to normal, if not exceeding, you know, what a normal day would be. So thank you for that. Okay. Now,
That's right, folks, and I can't wait for when he plays this again on Monday. Let's see his tune when the support drops again, because that's always what happens. The whales come in, they drop in some cash, and then of course the next couple streams are slow. And of course Phil will return back to, oh, I don't know what's going on. Maybe the game isn't interesting. Maybe my viewers don't like Super Mario Brothers. And it's nothing new with Phil. It's just it's just become a repetitive thing with Phil with any new game release. Yeah, I mean, and it's the reason why I posted how much he made yesterday in tips. The Super Mario Brother, $93, and then SpiderPig, he made $200. So let's see if he gets back to another $20 for Super Mario Brothers, and then another, say, $50 per SpiderPig. Let's hear the Pig Roach's tone then, okay? Anyway, that's all I had to have today. Is React Day, so of course, nothing but boring content from that. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Peace out.